Welcome to Pop Culture Roulette for all your pop culture needs. We're America's podcast. All right, welcome everybody. Had a couple weeks off, some Packer games, some holiday, just random traveling, but we're back in full force. We have Justin
Hey,
and we have Jeremy.
Sup?
So I have no reason, but where I was struck with the idea over the last couple weeks of a game, or basically kind of a game. We're going to talk about two very distinct things that happen in TV shows. Characters that were never seen, so people who were part of the show, but you never really saw them on camera, or you never saw them again. Part of somewhat, it could have been somebody important or somebody who maybe was going to be important to the show, and then they were just never seen again. They went upstairs, they went to college, they were part of the family, and then for whatever reason just disappeared. They were not given any real reason for being written off. They were just gone. We're going to start with a couple easy ones. We're going to
the
start with,
easy ones we always get wrong.
well, I mean, so I don't know how you want to do this. I have the character name and then I have the show name. So do you want to just hear the character name first or do you want to hear both right away?
I don't know, it's your game. Jeremy, what do you prefer?
Well, I don't know.
Well, some of the names are not real. I mean, some of the names are going to be a little difficult because well, okay, I can give you the full name for the first one. Vera Peterson.
What are we trying to do?
Figure out if you've never seen this character or they were never seen again.
Okay.
So is this one of
Europe.
those characters from a TV? And that's why I think the first two are the most important because that kind of sets the tone for what we're doing. So I'll give you. So the first one is Vera Peterson, and you're like, okay, from Cheers.
Oh, I didn't even know where that was from.
That's. I think the second one will be a little easier, but okay. So Vera Peterson from Cheers. Did we ever see her, or was she part of the show and we never saw her again?
We never seen her.
Correct. All right,
We
Who,
number
who
never.
is who is that? Is that Norm's wife?
Norm's wife. Yeah.
Ah,
Always talked about, but
never
never
seen.
seen. They did have one episode where like a actress was playing her, but the moment you went to see her, somebody threw a pie and hit her face. So when should have seen her face, it was just a woman covered in a pie.
As they
Classic.
should be.
So they, I could not find any particular reason as to why they never showed that character. It was just kind of a running gag. All right, number two, Chuck Cunningham.
Is
I think
that from
Happy Days
From
Happy
Happy Days.
Days?
Okay, all right.
talked about, but never seen.
The seen once and then never again.
Okay.
Um, well, you're both, well, one of you is kind of right.
Well, yeah,
Um,
we took both options.
well, yeah, but all right, so Chuck Cunningham was actually played by three different actors. He was played by an actor called Rick Carrot in the pilot, Gavin O'Herlihy, who played him in 9 episodes, and then chose to leave, somewhere during the second season. And then Randolph Roberts played him for 2 episodes, later on. And then they just wrote him off. They said he went to college, and then
Oh,
they never talked about him again. In fact, at the end of the 11th season, when Richie was getting married, I think that's the Ron Howard character. Um, the basically the main focus of the show that wasn't Fonzie.
All right.
Um, the
what
the
about
fa
Randall?
the father, um, Tom, whatever his name was. The father says something about my two children, and most people were like, "But you had." They wrote he went off to college, and they didn't even acknowledge his existence anymore. They wrote him off so much that he became like they didn't even acknowledge that they had another kid.
Oh, damn.
So
Okay.
hence giving us the name of the Never Again, the Chuck Cunningham Syndrome that a lot of TV shows seem to have had. That's why I couldn't say the full name because he was part of the. So yeah,
He's part of
so
the problem.
he's part of the problem. All right. This one I feel like is going to be a little easier. Howard's mother.
Never seen.
Never seen Big Bang Theory. Never saw her.
Never saw her. Heard her.
Yeah.
No. I mean, you see her scurry across in one episode, don't you? Across the doorway.
There's a well, much like Vera, like you saw her like with pie on her face or something like that, but like you
All
never
right.
saw her.
As she should.
Um, I think they never showed her because it was one of those like the way they described her, like you didn't really want to saddle an actress with that physical description.
Yeah.
All
Or
right.
multiple people could do the voice too.
Right. I mean, they did use the same woman to do the voice, and when she passed away, they wrote the character out. They wrote the character who had never been seen out of the show.
So,
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
Paying respect.
all right. This one I think you're gonna get, Justin. Judy Winslow.
Judy. Well, I know the show.
Yeah.
Okay.
So do I. I was like, all right.
All right. What show are
Ju-
we talking about here?
Family Matters.
Oh, good call. Good call.
Yeah.
Family
Was that
Matters.
was that Carl's mom?
No.
Judy Winslow.
See the
Oh,
okay.
was she the wife?
No. She was
Okay.
one of the children who was in 95 episodes. And then towards the end of one of the episodes, it was I think the aunt's daughter. Like, or I don't know if she was one of the kids. Like, she was one of the kids who was always in the house. And they sent her upstairs after 95 episodes. And then she was never seen again, heard of, or even talked about.
Hmm.
Basically, it was a budget reasons, and Urkel was getting so popular that they just didn't have anything to do with her anymore. And the producers genuinely thought nobody would notice that a character who had been in 95 episodes
just disappeared.
would be noticed. Apparently, they were right because neither of
Yeah.
you remember who she
Yeah.
was.
I was a big fan of that show too, growing
Yeah,
I,
up.
I
I wasn't.
I I've always remembered. I remember that because I remember nonsense. I remember it, being kind of the joke that Judy went upstairs and for the rest of the series just was up there and nobody talked about her. I didn't realize she had been it was an actress by the name of Jamie Foxworth,
Oh,
um, who had as a child got cut from the show. Um,
that's pretty
She's probably,
shitty.
yeah, she's probably still upstairs.
yeah, well, she went upstairs and became kind of a different kind of actress.
Oh,
Oh,
all
She
right.
she became a
looks like we know. Looks
little
like
bit
we know
more
what she was doing upstairs.
well there's some documentaries online about what she was doing upstairs, and they are definitely not family matters. They are
Fan
family
fiction.
family creating matters, I guess.
Family creating matters.
um yeah, what do they call the parodies? This ain't family
Yeah.
matters. Yeah. Anyway, all right. Some of these shows I'm just kind of guessing as to whether or not you've heard of, I know you've heard of them, but whether or not you've seen them. Maris from, well, I don't remember the last name, so I'm just going to tell you the name of the show. Frasier.
Is that Fraser's wife?
No, that's Niles.
Niles' wife is
Niles'
Maris.
wife.
Trying to think. I don't think you ever see her.
Correct.
He talks about her in the divorce and on the phone, but yeah, and you never see her.
No. And again, it was like they didn't do it according to them, they didn't do it intentionally as a like honoring of Cheers because that's where the show spun off of. It was kind of like they had wrote the character and they kept trying to hire an actress, but as they kept writing the character, they realized that like finding an actress to play what they had written was not really going to be possible anymore because they had, kind of described her so bizarrely, and some possibly even offensively to an actress that you would hire,
Uh,
Oh,
that they were like, yeah, we're just going to leave her unseen.
you don't see her.
All right. Here's another one. Sarah Spooner.
Spooner. What show would that be?
That would be King of Queens.
Yeah. Who is that? I tell her.
I'm gonna guess we never see her. 'Cause I just feel like I
Well,
remember.
is that the who? That be Arthur's what? Ex-wife? Wife?
No.
Oh, see how well we don't even know these
Yeah, I don't know.
characters?
I watched.
That would be Carrie's sister. In fact, when they wrote her, it was an actress by the name of Lisa Riefel. Did 5 episodes. In fact, they decided they didn't like the character or didn't want to use the character so much that later on Carrie became an only child. They referred to
I
her as
I
an
only
only.
remember her as an only child.
Right, but the first season she had a sister. And then they were like, we don't know what to do with you anymore, so we're going to write you off, and then we're going to change instead of just saying her sister moved to the other side of the country or went somewhere, they just were like, yeah, she's an only child.
Oh,
Apparently King
I
of
didn't really
Queens.
watch that show enough, apparently.
I know Jeremy, you talked about watching that show,
Yeah,
right? Yeah.
I did like it. I guess I don't have I have a horrible memory.
All right. Oh, here we go. Here's a show that I know we've talked about before. Brandon Lambert or Brendan Lambert.
Show we've talked about it. Me and Jeremy both look dumbfounded.
Okay, step by step.
Okay,
All right.
watched that show too, but
Didn't
this was
watch it
all
a
like
lot.
decades ago. Um, what the hell? I'm gonna just take a stab and just say, since we haven't had one in a while, I'll say he was talked about but never seen.
Oh no, he was a never again.
Damn it.
He was the one of the youngest children. He was in 132 episodes, 6 seasons of the show.
What
Um,
the hell?
when they moved from ABC to CBS, the show the producers decided to retool part of the show and they just wrote him off. They just stopped talking about him.
Oh,
Oh,
So show went on for 7 years. He was a good part of it, and you'd figure that hey, we have this other kid, and they're like, nah, just
now you don't.
wrote him off. All right, how about show for well, I'm just because the I don't have a name. I've got a first name, but I don't have a last name. The name Orson, does that mean anything to you?
Orson the pig?
No, not
That's what
Orson.
I thought of from
No,
Garfield and Friends.
no, Mork and Mindy, character from
Oh,
Oh,
Mork and Mindy.
okay.
Jimmy Olsen.
Orson, not Olson. Orson, Orson.
Didn't watch Mork and Mindy.
Okay, all right. He was a never seen character. He was Mork's boss from outer space that was in charge of whatever alien mission that Mork was supposed on.
Okay.
All right, here's an easy one, even for those of you who hate the show. Ugly
None,
Naked Guy.
none of these are easy.
Ugly naked guy?
Yeah,
Oh,
That's
from
an easy
Friends.
one. What?
that's the character name. Ugly Naked Guy.
What's
I
that
don't think
from?
it's from Friends.
Correct.
Oh,
I
well,
feel
that
like
wasn't easy for me. I've never
I
heard
feel
of
like
that.
he was seen once in the hammock when he dies because they're trying to poke him with the chopsticks,
He
but probably never seen them.
Yes, correct. He was never fully seen. They obscured him every time they went to show him. Like you never saw his face. You just saw a little bit of his body or from behind
Oh,
when Ross went to go sublet the apartment from him. But he was an active character on the show that they would constantly talk about. And
hmm.
Like when Ugly Naked Guy had a friend.
yes. Yeah. All right. Did either of you watch Will and Grace?
Not
No.
enough to know anything about
Okay,
it,
we'll skip that one then.
but we're here for it.
Stanley Walker was a never seen character. All right, how? Ooh,
Karen's husband.
yes. What are you Googling these things?
Yeah, I'm on my phone. How am I Googling these
That is
things?
true. You are on your phone. All right.
It's just how my brain works.
All right. Here's a one that I do believe you should be able to get. Tina Pinciotti.
Okay. That 70s show.
Oh yeah, there we go.
Donna's sister.
Donna's sister.
And we don't hear, or do
Seen
Whoa.
her,
we?
seen her once, and
Yep.
then she
See,
disappeared.
seen her once.
Uh,
And they wrote her out so much that Donna became an only child, just like Carrie did. They and also apparently somewhere in the first season they also refer to Donna having an older sister named Valerie, so it's kind of a never seen and a never again because Valerie was never seen. They wrote both the sisters out and said she's an only child.
hmm,
All right,
All right. This one I feel like is for no, Justin. Seven.
seven.
Seven, well, I don't know what his last name is, but it's from Married with Children.
Is that the baby they had?
No, it was the well, I mean, this kind of gives it away, but he was the Peggy Bundy's cousin shows up and has a kid, and then they're like, oh, we'll be right back, and they just leave the kid with Peggy and Al, and then the kid's part of the show for 12 episodes.
uh,
That's
And then that was part of season seven. They
oh,
went on for another few seasons, and then they barely ever acknowledged that they had a kid that they were now taking care of. They just kind of
didn't they have
just
another kid at some point?
there was a whole storyline where Peggy was pregnant, but because she was pregnant in real life, but then she had a miscarriage. So they just like wrote the whole season off as like a dream or the the pregnancy off as a dream so that they
Hmm.
didn't have to make her take care of a kid after having gone through that
Yeah,
trauma.
because I
Um,
remember what Bud, not
yeah.
Bud, Buck, the dog
Oh,
gets reincarnated as another dog.
yeah, that show
Didn't
was
that happen
weird.
in one of the later seasons? It comes back as a cocker spaniel.
I don't know. That show got weird. That's
Don't worry, I'm still not googling any of this. It's just how my brain's operating.
uh, yeah, he was an actress by the name of Shane Sweet, an actress. He was an actor named Shane Sweet. He was so unpopular that they were just like, yeah, after this season, we're done. We're not, and we just won't they made like very few, if any, references to it. Um, Jonathan Turner, Mr. Turner,
Mr. Turner.
I don't know.
Boy Meets World.
That's
Oh,
the only thing
really?
I could think of was Boy Meets World when you said that.
Okay.
Beanie Turner. Uh, seen but then disappeared.
Correct. Never again. Seasons 2 through 4 was in 51 episodes, was a huge part of the boy's life. He was like the mentor teacher.
Hmm,
And then they had him get into a motorcycle accident, and then they wrote him out of the show.
I do remember that now. Yeah.
Um, there was apparently a lot of the shows in that time frame, the
The TGIF.
the TGIF shows would just write characters off after having been very important to the show. Um,
Guy I forgot about
yeah,
TGIF.
Anthony Tyler Quinn. The producers just wanted to go in a different direction. They just decided I guess at some point they did bring him back for Girl Meets World, but not in Boy Meets World, so it qualified enough for me.
Did you
He
watch that
died.
show?
I did,
Uh,
but I didn't ever finished it. Like I think when they moved on to college, like I was done with it. Like I remember watching it a little bit here and there, but never,
Never enough.
yeah.
That's fair.
I was a big fan of Topanga.
oh,
Who is
yeah.
it?
All right, how about Bob Sacamano?
Sounds so familiar.
He was Kramer's friend on Seinfeld.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay. Hmm,
that's where my mind is going to where
hmm.
these shows are, but I'm like, I don't think that's right. Talked about but never seen.
Correct. Um, Kramer would give just these wild, crazy stories about Bob Sacamano. They decided it just wasn't going to be possible to cast anybody that would fit.
The legend is better than the
Yes.
character.
And also, it could be possible that Bob Sacamano never really existed. Kramer's just a crazy person.
That's true. Kramer could just be making all this stuff up as he goes.
All right. How about oh, here we go. Here's one that I definitely know at least one of you will know. Mark Brandanowitz.
Mark Brandanowitz.
The
Jeremy?
Parks and Rec? No,
Yep.
Correct.
Parks and
right?
Rec.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
You do see him.
Yeah.
Yes.
For the first season, and then he goes somewhere
Yeah.
else.
Apparently he was actually in the first two seasons. He was in 30 episodes.
He's the city planner, Mark
And
Brandanowitz.
they decided that they didn't necessarily write his character off. They just were like he's going to the private sector and they kept telling him, the actor, that they were going to bring him back at some point. But he had, I'm guessing, because I remember like giving up on that show in the first season, because it was just I didn't enjoy it.
You
But
gave up on Parks and Rec?
I went back to it
Hmm.
after some people talked me into going back, and like I realized that he was the problem. Like
Yeah.
when they wrote that, when that character went away, like the show became so much better. And so they just never acknowledged him again. Like it wasn't no so much as that like he just got a different job, so he didn't work there anymore. It was just because he had apparently been dating Anne at some point, and like when Anne talks about her exes, like she never brings him up. Like when they did all the flashbacks at the end, to like kind of like, oh, this is how the show's ending. Like they went out of their way to make sure that like they never used his
Good
flashbacks
stuff.
at all. Like they were just like, yeah, we're done. We're all right. How about Mrs. Columbo?
From
Mrs.
Columbo.
Cologne.
Yes,
Oh God, Mrs.
Mm,
Columbo.
my mom loved that show.
So does my dad.
my my parents love that show too.
I just remember him from Princess Bride.
I'm gonna say he just talked about because I don't remember ever seeing his a
Correct.
Mrs.
Yeah.
All
All
right.
right.
How about Mrs. Bellum?
Excuse me.
Wow. This is Bellum. What's that show?
Tell him.
Bellum.
Powerpuff Girls.
Really? Hmm.
Was that their last name?
No.
Who's Mrs. Bellum? Is that the mayor's assistant who doesn't have a face?
Yes.
Oh, she doesn't have
Ah,
a face.
jeez.
So
Never saw her.
you see from the neck down.
You got a great
You
memory.
never get to see her face.
All right. How about Adam Cartwright?
Adam I don't know.
I need shows.
Bonanza.
Oh, I
Okay.
never would have got that.
Adam Cartwright. You see him, I think you see him briefly.
You watched that?
He was in 202 episodes.
Nope.
He decided he didn't want to be on the show anymore because he didn't want to be typecast.
Uh, he
So
does.
they sent his character off to Boston, and then once again just stopped referring to him altogether. Show went on for another 225 episodes.
Show ran
Dude,
forever.
Yeah, it was
God,
14 seasons and 430 episodes.
that's insane.
I've seen episodes, not all of it, but yes, I've
Yeah,
seen
no,
episodes.
I'm not. That might be one of those shows that has like lost episodes altogether. But I didn't research Bonanza past just how many episodes it ran. All right.
Dun-dun-dun.
Oh, that was Pernell Roberts. Just to but yeah,
Give him his credit.
his career never really went anywhere too much.
Yeah, I should have just stayed in Bonanza.
Stayed in Bonanza, yeah. Charles Townsend,
Townsend. Jeremy, what show's that from?
Charlie's Angels.
You're not Jeremy.
We don't ever
Correct.
see
Yeah, you never see Charlie. He's always
Ever?
just a face. He's always just a face
Oh,
on
you see him
a
in the movies.
well, I'm talking about the TV show, the movies. But I don't think you see him in the movies either, because those are Bosley is his assistant.
Oh,
So,
Hmm.
because he hires out the Angels and Bosley's kind of like his face to face. All right, how about
I
Robin
don't
Matt,
know. Oh, I was gonna say, I don't know why this made me think of it, but you ever see the bad guy from Inspector Gadget?
Dr. Claw,
Yeah, do
Inspector
you ever see
Gadget?
him?
No, never seen. All right,
Is
there we
he
go.
on your
There's
list?
he was one of the next ones on my list.
My bad.
All right, and then almost the last one, Robin Masters.
Robin.
Oh my cow. What show is that?
Magnum PI. The
That one I didn't watch.
Tom Selleck version, not the new one.
I didn't
You
watch
never saw
Magnum.
him. Very much like Charlie's Angels, he was just a voice on a box. You
Hmm.
Uh,
never actually saw him. And then the show that I think was kind of the king of the Chuck Cunningham syndrome, Sabrina the Teenage Witch, had Jenny Kelly, who was played by Michelle Boudin in the first season, was her best friend. And then in the second season, never talked about her. She was just gone. Also in the first season was Eugene Poole, the teacher, who was very much a part and important and was in pretty much every episode played by Paul Feig. And then again, second season, never talked about again.
Wow.
And then the fourth season, there was a character named Dreama, who was kind of Sabrina's like friend, apprentice. She was teaching her how to be a witch. And then after the fourth season, never talked about again. Like the whole storyline was just dropped and they never finished it.
Hmm.
There
that's
was
weird.
there's some of the characters got written off, but they were like they moved to Alaska or they moved. They didn't like these ones just the storyline just got dropped and like they
What
never
was
talked about
the
them again.
what was the realm called? I want to say Shadow Realm, but I don't think that was it.
Oh, where
But,
the
yeah, like
magic
inside.
realm?
Yeah, like inside their linen
Uh
closet or whatever it was.
yeah, that is I do not remember.
My brain works in mysterious ways.
Um those were just the ones I chose to wrote down. I mean, there's a lot more. Some
Chose
of
to
the
wrote down.
write down. I'm just, it's a ball of magic in my head, much like your head. Um, do what works like we just rewatched Jess and I rewatched New Girl. Like we over the last couple months we rewatched all 7 seasons of New Girl.
Good choice.
And it was like you could tell like they for the most part like because I didn't count like some of the list I kept saying like had like a character who was on like one episode or like an ex-girl like a girlfriend of a character who they clearly broke up with and like yeah well you would never talk to that person again that makes sense. I
Yeah,
kept it to like a brother who they just so far not acknowledged they changed the history of the character. Like that's where the Chuck Cunningham syndrome is. Not like a character who doesn't affect the show, like bringing in a girlfriend for 1 or 2 episodes,
Hmm.
and then but like this is a brother, this is a sister, this is somebody who was in every episode of the first season, and then the season comes back and they don't talk about. So like New Girl, like
they're
Coach,
gone.
like Damon Wayans Jr. was in the first episode. They talked about why he wasn't in the second episode, but then he came back for a couple seasons, like season 3 and 4. And then after he left again, they did talk about it. Like they did, oh, he's in New York doing this, or he's over here doing that. Like so, like that he didn't fit into that category because they made a exact reason why he left. Um, what do you have any like? Does it when you're watching shows, does that kind of bother you when like there's somebody who's kind of an important character?
I mean, clearly it doesn't because we don't even think about it. Not that I can think of someone just disappearing.
And all right, so I guess on an alternate side of things then is is it lazy writing or is it more fun to have a character that you can describe in whatever way you want and just never show them?
I think it's more fun.
I was gonna say the same thing. Yeah, it is more fun. You can just keep piling things and
Yeah, you can
adding to
make
the
that.
lore.
Yeah, make that legend greater than the character.
You can name him Ugly Naked Guy and not worry about offending somebody.
Yeah. Well, now you probably it'd have to be like unattractive, unclothed human being.
Well, yeah. So do you, I mean, other than the ones on the list, are there any that come to mind that I missed that you're like, oh, this is like obviously you went to Dr. Claw before I got there, but
Um, we got Bob Saget's wife from Full House.
didn't they say she died though?
Yeah, I guess they did say that. So they never really. I guess there really is no point to. Um,
I was trying to think of somebody that was
Cousin
killed.
Oliver
Uh,
from the Brady
yes.
Bunch.
Yeah, he almost made the list, but I couldn't quite, you know. they never really talked about him past like, but I think they got canceled like right around the same time that they brought him in. So like
Mm.
he might be bringing us another episode somewhere in the future of shows that were so desperate to keep the ratings they brought another kid into the show and it didn't work because the
Didn't
show
work.
still got canceled.
I'm trying to think of some of the other ones that might have had one-offs. Like, I think they keep sideburns around, don't they? Quite a bit in Community.
Yeah, but you see him all the time. He doesn't really
Yeah.
talk, but
I was trying to think if there's anything Buddy in Community because that ran for a while. Or
yeah, I don't remember any characters you couldn't see. There was a lot. I mean, like Community had a bunch of characters who were always in an episode, but like they barely ever spoke or just were always like the punchline.
yeah.
Like
And
the barista or the bartender coffee guy in Friends. Like he was in so many episodes, but barely ever did anything.
oh, what is his name? What the hell was his name? I'm trying to go to the Rolodex of friends here.
All right. So Jeremy, you're writing a show. Are you going to do the Chuck Cunningham syndrome and just write a character off, or are you going to do the invisible character?
Hmm. Depends on how many seasons we get. But I like the invisible character. He
Yeah,
lets you like do a lot of fun
Gun
stuff.
Gunther.
Gunther. Yes, there you go. Good
Sorry.
call. But yeah, I don't know. Like for me, the Chuck Cunningham syndrome is kind of just I don't think you can get away with it anymore. Like I think that's why there's not as many characters from, you know, early or like most of the shows seem to be the mid 90s or before. Like I wasn't finding a lot of like newer shows that were like,
I mean, unless it's animated.
well, yeah, and like I said, I'm not counting the characters that were like in one episode and never seen or heard from again because they weren't like central to the plot. They were just somebody they brought in for the one episode, like a guest star. But like I'm
You say
talking about like
like what about Unky Herb?
Funky Herb. What?
Yeah, The Simpsons uncle.
Oh, yeah. See that was a character they brought in just to make the joke of the. Um, they did try to have a lot of the list I kept had Marvin Monroe from The Simpsons.
Oh, Dr. Marvin Monroe, the
Yeah,
therapist.
but there's been
Bleeding
so
Gums
many.
Murphy.
But they killed Bleeding Gums Murphy. There was a reason why he didn't
They
show back
killed
up.
Marvin Monroe too.
Yes. But they also continually bring him back up or use his image and stuff. So like I didn't count him as much as the some of the list that I kept reading wanted to because it's like I mean now granted most of the episodes that they've used him in were non-canon episodes like Treehouse of Horror or like where they do, all sorts of. And I tried not to include too much of the animated stuff because I feel like in the world of animation, like you have different rules that you can apply to,
Yeah, that's true.
but Dr. Claw was such a pivotal character of Inspector Gadget, and you only ever saw his arm.
What's the whole like conspiracy theory with that? That is Inspector Gadget from the future?
I did not do any research into the Dr. Claw character. I tried to do research into some of the other stuff, but I was like, at some point, like I just don't.
No,
Yeah. And I feel like probably in the movie when like Matthew Broderick did the live action, they probably showed Dr. Claw then, but that wouldn't count because that'd be a different property.
yeah.
Same
Or the second one with
French Stewart.
that's his name.
Hmm.
Yeah. Otherwise, I
So,
can't think of too many other ones. I can think of them in the world of sports, but
well, I mean, there's not characters that you never see or hear from again in the world of sports. They just retire.
Braden Narvison,
Who?
the Packers kicker last year,
Oh yeah,
he's
but they,
gone.
but they,
Character. He's not a
like,
character.
yeah, they
Yeah,
cut him. Like there was a.
and he was never heard from again.
Well, yeah, but I mean I mean there's a reason why he's no longer there. Like there's.
Austin Eckler. He'll never be heard from
Ooh,
again.
he might not be
Yeah,
Probably
well,
not. He's pretty
okay,
old,
well,
isn't he?
30.
For
he's
running back, that's like
he currently resides on my bench, but probably not for much longer.
fantasy PPR superstar.
It does say out next to his name. Anyway, all right. Well, let's.
Well, he's got a torn
Torn,
Achilles, so
torn
I would
Achilles, he's
imagine he's
out.
definitely out.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Then I definitely will be dropping. All right. Well, we're done with our topic at hand. Let's talk about. Do we want to talk about football and the amazing start to the Packer season?
Don't want to jinx it.
Okay. All right. Do we want to talk about how bad the Bears started? Because that's equally as funny.
Yeah, they suck.
Sure. Horrible team.
I mean, so the Packers beat the Lions, and then the Lions beat the Bears. So by transitive properties, the Packers would have destroyed the Bears, right?
Yes.
52 to 20, 21, whatever it was.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's rough.
Yeah, just couldn't. It's funny. It makes me laugh.
They're a garbage team.
Yeah, well, it is what it is. Um, the Brewers were the first team to clinch the playoffs this year. They have 91 wins as of this recording. By the time this gets posted, it'll probably be more than that because they are playing my team this week, and my team sucks balls because Artie
Do you,
Moreno, our owner, is a jackass.
do you think they'll clinch number one?
Yes.
You don't think there's a chance they'll slide out?
I
Because
they
isn't it just the
have
first team gets the bye, or is it the first two?
I don't remember. I think it might be the first two. It is the first two. Because there's three wild cards and one, yeah. So I think I mean, as it stands right now, they have a big enough lead over that the lead they have over the Dodgers is almost as big as the lead they have over the Cubs for the division.
I thought there's only like two games now, two or three.
No, it's like a 5 game lead over both of them.
I don't think it's that big. Because they,
No,
Jeremy, can you pull that up?
they only have a like 2 or 3 game lead over the Phillies. I will pull it up here
All
if my
right.
phone chooses to
Yeah,
work.
I thought they haven't because they lost a couple of their last ones. So I thought they're for the
The
first place overall
They are
drop.
nine as of right now, they are 91 and 59. The Dodgers are 84 and 65.
Oh,
So they have a
sizable lead.
sizable lead. In fact, actually, the lead over the Dodgers is bigger than the lead over the Cubs because the Cubs are only 5.5 out. The Phillies are 89 and 61. So they only have a 2 game lead over the Phillies, who
Okay.
actually clinched the playoffs as well. So
That's what I said. I thought it was only a two, like it wasn't that big, but it's two over the Phillies.
yes. So yeah, I did you see, I didn't bring it up, so I don't have it easily handy. Did you see the video of Pat Murphy reading the letter that Euchre had written?
Yes, I did.
That was brought a little tear, little
Yeah, that was
tear.
that was emotional.
Yeah, I'm not even like a Brewer fan, but like that letter. Did you see that, Jeremy?
I didn't see that. No.
I guess
I
when
can always send it to you, Jeremy, after this.
yeah,
'Cause I
but
sent it
you
to someone else.
Yeah, Euchre, I guess, he knew he was very sick, so I guess he wrote a letter to Murphy for when they clinched the playoffs and said, when they clinched the playoffs, read this letter. And it was like, God called me home. I'm now playing for that team. Of course, I am the third catcher. Uh,
Yeah, that
um,
had his normal humor in there.
Yeah, he put his normal humor in there, and it was just talking about how, like, I know how you guys have the best record in baseball. You guys are playing this way because you know how to play with each other and you play for each other. Just keep at it. It was oddly prophetic,
Hmm.
like,
Yeah,
because they genuinely do have the best record in baseball right now.
Yeah, that's
It's
awesome. That's really cool.
yeah, like it's kind of one of those. I mean, we talked about it at some point during the season, but it's really bittersweet because like the Brewers are playing the best that they've probably ever played, and it's the first year after Euchre passed, and there's a real chance that the Brewers could win the first World Series that they've ever won, and it'll be the first season they've ever played without Euchre.
Hmm.
And that's, I mean,
I
it'll
hope
be
so.
it'll be awesome because like the Brewers will finally have won the World Series, but it'll be really sad because like Euchre wasn't here to see it.
Yeah.
Anyway, anybody see anything over the last couple weeks they want to talk about, or
Hmm.
Oh,
I'm
I
thinking.
watched a really weird movie called Tim Travers and the Time Traveler's Paradox.
Okay.
right.
This guy oddly enough named Tim Travers is kind of
Oh,
like he's super smart, but he's like a dick. Invents time travel, but like every time like he can only travel a minute back in the past, and like to like test his theory on what he can do and can't do, like what a paradox is, like he just keeps shooting himself. It and then it's really funny for like the first half, and then it kind of loses the plot and gets really weird. Um, it's I don't know. It's not the worst movie I've ever seen, but it's not the best movie ever. It's just what I watched. And then I've just, like I said, I've been watching New Girl, Peacemaker season 2 started,
Hmm.
which has the most nudity I think I've ever seen in a superhero show.
all right.
Which is saying something because the boys exist.
Hmm.
There's a orgy scene in the first season, the first episode of season 2 of Peacemaker,
Wow.
where there's a lot of full frontal male and female people. Yeah,
All right.
it's
Okay.
not what you expect. Really didn't expect that in a DC show, especially since they just like rebooted the whole like franchise with Superman. Like you figured, yeah, all right, but hey, it's still pretty funny, and John Cena's killing it. So
Okay.
Yeah. Cool.
I'm trying to think. I've watched a bunch of stuff for the Arrowverse because now that I have the house back to myself, which is peaceful. And then I've watched a bunch of movies for an upcoming project that we're going to be doing.
okay, I probably should have been doing that as well.
Yeah, that's the main things I've done.
Um.
Watch the
I.
Packers destroy the Lions at Lambeau Field.
Oh yeah. That's a good
All
one.
right, now I'm done.
I watched the first two episodes of Daredevil.
Okay,
Um. What else? I watched Thunderbolts. That was funny.
I enjoyed Thunderbolts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I've just been playing a lot of Silk Song because that came out recently. It's on Game Pass. It's the sequel to Hollow Knight,
Oh, okay.
and it's so punishing. Like every boss is like so frustratingly difficult. The platforming is frustrating but fun. So that's a lot of my time.
I've been playing a lot of Disney Speedstorm.
Nice.
I don't think I've been playing too much of anything.
I hadn't been playing video games a lot recently, but for whatever reason, Speedstorm caught my interest, and I've just been playing that.
All right. I seen one of the free PlayStation games this month is Stardew Valley. I know someone who's
Is
put a
it?
lot of time into that game.
Definitely. You should play it. It's awesome.
Yeah, it's a free game on one of the free games on PSN this month.
It's
I
really chill.
They made the announcement that one of the next Lego games or the next Lego game is going to be like Lego Batman, the complete series or complete saga, where they're going to put um all of the like the Batmans from Adam West to Michael Keaton to all the the Tim Burton ones up through, and like just have like this massively big game. And I'm like, yes, until I read that it's only on Xbox Series X or whatever the new Xbox or new the most recent system is. Yeah, I
And
don't.
PS5?
Yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
It's going to be on all the most recent systems. I don't have one of those, so I'm gonna be forced to buy
Time for an
it.
upgrade.
I'm gonna be forced to come to your house and steal it. Um,
Oop.
all right. Anything else?
No, I think that about does it.
Yeah, I think that's it.
All right. Well, I guess we'll make this one a bit of a shorter one, but it was
How long have we
full
been
of
going?
not quite an hour.
Oh man. That's fine. The people got stuff to do.
Right. We
We're
got
doing this for them.
things to do, people to see, other
Uh,
stuff to football to watch. So let's
We could rant about. Never mind. Go ahead. Just keep going.
I mean, so I'm gonna say if you thought that Caleb Williams was the answer, then just remember that stupid never walks alone.
Comic books have been around for almost a century, and in the last 2 decades, we've finally gotten to see many of these characters brought to life in movies and on TV. On the Moving Panels podcast, we discuss movies and TV shows based on, inspired by, and adapted from the world of comic books. Join me and my guests as we discuss both the good and the bad from Marvel, DC, and even some of the lesser-known comic book companies. Learn what is and isn't from the comics, as well as our nerdy review of the movie or show. New episodes drop every Monday, and you can find us wherever you listen to podcasts. So join us for Moving Panels, and I'll see you on the other side of the page.
Life moves pretty fast. If you don't stop and listen to an 80s Flick Flashback podcast once in a while, you could miss it. Do you love movies of a certain age? Do you miss the days of VHS tapes, VCRs, and the video rental stores? Does the thought of another 80s movie being remade seem inconceivable? My name is Tim Williams. I'm the creator and host of the 80s Flick Flashback podcast. On each episode, I'm joined by guest co-hosts to discuss one of the many movies released in the 1980s. We share our first-time watch memories, our favorite scenes, and even learn some behind-the-scenes stories about the cast and crew along the way. New episodes are released every other Friday on your favorite podcasting platform. So make like a tree, get out of here, and go listen to an excellent episode of the 80s Flick Flashback podcast. The ad is over. Go home. Go.